Are you happy, William?
Yeah, you happy now, William? We started a couple minutes early from the countdown, just for you, buddy.
Right?
Hope you enjoy it. Good grief.
I know it. Darn it, why am I
So,
stuck
hey
on
everybody, welcome to the show. This is our first show of 2024.
Woo, woo.
So we're excited about that. This was actually supposed to be our second show of 2024. Unfortunately, I got a little bit ill. Very, very ill. Long story short, 2 visits to the emergency room. A couple of days later, I'm in emergency surgery, having stuff done that was very uncomfortable.
You're not supposed to leave it up his asshole.
Yeah, you're supposed
Sorry.
to take those out.
Too funny.
Yeah.
Well, William says about pucking time. There's a whole joke with the pucking.
Fucking.
Okay.
So, welcome to the show, everybody. Make sure you're sharing this out. Get it out to your friends, your family, your enemies, whatever you choose. Just get it out there. Let's get a nice full room in today. We've got a super, super special guest, as you can see, and we're going to talk more about this, but oh my God, I love that ball over there.
Yes. And FYI, because everybody does it, you can look here this so you can see the comments coming in, but the camera is actually like
Fair enough.
Which I'm always sitting here trying to
It
look
is
at the
not going up my skirts.
and you can see
the camera might
Sitting
go
like
up
a
your
lady.
skirt.
That's right.
Then it would be a rated X show if it's going up your skirt.
Yeah.
So, you might have to change the rating, but,
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that later. New for 2024. We are the same show, obviously the same show. Cindy Knight, the Baron, guests, which we'll introduce. Don't get your panties in a bunch out there.
If you're wearing them.
Right.
If you're wearing them. We're going to do some changes with the amount of shows we do, which is probably going to be quite a bit more. Last year we did 24 or 25 Baron and Cindy Knight shows, not including, impromptu videos where we're at an event and just
We really
decide to
did
do a
more than
live.
2 a month.
Yes,
Wow.
yes. So
Oh,
we were
or
old.
exactly.
We were old. Yeah, we're 24, 25 shows for last year. We may end up going a little over that this year, but they're going to be super cool because we're going to be doing more remote broadcast shows. So from events, like we'll be at Halfway to Halloween, Spencer Events Halfway to Halloween, where like we did last year, we're going to be broadcasting live there all day long. So we'll be doing more of those shows. Better equipment, better everything, cooler sets. How do you guys like the set tonight? I think it's pretty cool. We got,
I mean, it's a little mishmash, but
well, yeah, but we
it's
got
there.
green leafy stuff over here because the reptiles. We got a tree, kind of the reptile thing, a tree. Then we got our normal spooky stuff. We got Loco in the background here. So the sets will be as cool as ever, I suppose.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
how many we got in the house?
Hi, Debbie. 9.
9. Okay, keep it up. Let's
William
get to double
says Baron
digits.
can't read the tiny words. His reading glasses won't work with the mask.
No, I mean,
Hashtag old guy problems.
I've done it before. I put glasses over here and it looks ridiculous. So I can do it. I can put them over the mask and look like an old man Baron. But,
Defending himself.
huh?
Huh?
Don't be talking about me.
I can't if I want to.
What else have we
Hi,
done?
Reese.
What else have we done in the new year here besides me in the hospital and the emergency room all January and December? What else? Anything? Anything fun?
No.
No. I mean, we purposely took a good part of January off.
Well, we were supposed to.
Yeah. Yeah, how did
I
we
don't
end up
think-
with 2 shows in January? We were supposed to take January
No,
off.
for you guys, I said the only thing I want to do in January are live feeds.
Well, I didn't want to do that. What the hell? No. But yeah, so we will be having lots of stuff going on in 2024, but it seems like we just did something that was kind of cool. Maybe it was me getting that thing pulled out of my junk. That thing.
That
they
was
put-
fun.
No, that was awful. Never, ever have a stent put up your private parts Or, which was fine putting it in because
You were
I was
out?
under. I was in surgery. They put it in. But I was wide awake when they took that sucker out. I cried like a bitch. Oh my God, it was awful. It was, never, never, never have a stent pulled out of you while you are awake. If you have had that done, you're my freaking hero and you're a better man or woman than I am because that was not cool.
Exactly. Look at, she's gonna fit right in. And then William
So-
said, did the docs give the Baron a personality? Nope. They ain't miracle workers. And he says, laughing my ass off, Carmen. As you can tell, William is, you know.
Hey, if you got your people, man.
We
William is
do.
our Twisted Critters guy. All the twisted, well, those guys sitting on that bench over there, those are
Okay.
Twisted
Twisted
Critters. So that's who William is.
Yes.
So without
Hi,
further
Scurvy.
ado, what up, Scurvy? Sicking with you? I sicken.
Right. Hi, second.
Without further ado,
Yes.
because I'm excited about what
Right, and
she's holding over
she's
there.
ready to talk.
Yes. Without further ado, we introduce to you Kate from Saving Scales Exotic Pet Rescue
In Michigan.
of Michigan, right?
Reptile rescue, but I mean.
What did I call it?
Exotic.
Exotic.
Did I just go exotic?
You just went
Okay.
exotic. It's fine.
Saving Scales Exotic?
No.
Or no exotic?
Jesus fucking Christ, my.
I got exotic on the brain.
Okay,
I'm
well,
kind
he's
of
fucking
exotic.
it up. Saving Scales Reptile Rescue.
There you
That's
go.
us.
There you go.
And see, that's what William said. He said, fucking let the snake lady talk.
We are going to let the
Yeah.
snake lady talk.
Yeah.
We're going to let her talk. So tell us, what is Saving Scales?
So we are think Humane Society for Reptiles. I mean, animal shelters do a great job, dog and cat. That's
Yep.
what they're built for. That is their role, and that is fantastic. There's lots of dogs and cats out there that need that assistance. Can't put a snake in a cat cage. It's just
No.
not how it works. So when people, for whatever reason, can't take care of them anymore or rock in a hard place, we're that safe landing zone. So we take in snakes, lizards, all sorts of reptiles, and find that next great home for them.
Right.
So that is our role in things. We're not a resale program. We're not, I mean, nothing against the breeders, but we're not at the expos selling them out by the deli cup.
Right.
We're doing all of our placements just like Humane Societies do, just finding that next awesome home that's going to
Yes.
love them, appreciate them, have them as part of their family, and really enjoy that pet experience.
Right,
So,
right.
And we have
That's
one
our goal.
from
And we,
Yeah.
yep, Sprout sends her love. She does miss you. Sprout is
Sprout
our
is
red-footed
fun.
tortoise that we got from them. And we just love her. Our customers love her. During the summer when she was here, we let her just loose. And she'd just run around the store, out here. She was going to be here today, but the floor was really cold, and I didn't want her all day running around on a cold floor.
fair enough.
So, but you brought with you, to show us,
Mm-hmm. I brought
who is this guy?
I have brought two with me. This is Lightning.
Okay.
Lightning is one of our obscene many ball pythons, and that's a whole freaking other story that we'll get into later.
Right.
But one of our most common critters that we get in are ball pythons.
Yep.
They're easy to take care of. They're really gentle and mellow, and they're the ones that you can kind of just sit in your hoodie pocket and chill with, and that's
Right.
great. And a lot of people really appreciate that pet experience,
Yes.
and they're a great pet. There's also a metric fuck ton of them out there.
Yeah.
And well, for the most part with reptiles, I wouldn't say that there's an overpopulation issue. There kind of is with these guys.
Is there?
Unfortunately,
Right.
Yeah,
they
that's
are
sad.
bred a lot. There's a lot of them out there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of picking and choosing amongst the color patterns and stuff like that.
Yes.
So that's probably our most common animal that we have in, especially recently.
Okay.
But very easy to take care of. I mean, if you're looking for a super low maintenance pet, you keep them warm. You feed them about once a week. Once they're bigger, maybe every other week.
Yep.
And that's about
About
it.
Yep.
I would love to say that they have like these great interactive personalities, and I'm sorry if you think that your ball python is the special one with the amazing
Mine is.
personality.
Mine is.
Yeah.
Wait, we were talking about that before
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Well, Janice says, Noodle says hi, Kate.
Oh yeah. Noodle. They've got the albino corn snake.
Okay.
Yep,
From
that's
our
that's
event.
Janice.
Nice.
She's on here, and they do bring her to the shop, and she hangs out with me
She
quite
travels,
often.
too.
Yep, she travels really well. So another snake that you placed
Oh,
with
we've-
part of our family here.
We did about a little over 200 adoptions last year.
Wow.
So, and it's kind of fun when we do the events with you guys and across
Mm-hmm.
the area. Almost all of our adoptions end up being to vendors.
Yeah,
So I'm pretty
yeah.
sure the vendors are going to be sick of us soon. But it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
What are you talking about? He's gonna want to take this one.
Yes.
home, so-
I mean,
I'm thinking.
you see, she's like,
Yeah.
mm.
I mean,
you
I
got
gotta
a
show.
right
I gotta.
behind you. Shit. Make it work.
Come here, baby. Now this guy, so you guys get a better idea of the coloration.
Well, I'm gonna.
Now, do we know the morph
Damn
of
it.
this or the color?
I don't know.
You're blasting.
I could look it up, but
Yeah.
it's not like yellow banana,
Right.
but it's not albino either. It's something
Right.
whitewashed. I don't freaking
Yeah, that's
ball
what.
python morphs. It's like when you were in school, like younger, and there was like your stripper names, the street you grew up on, and the last thing you ate,
Right.
and your favorite movie, and it's just like it's words smushed together. That's what the ball python morphs. I mean, if it's Batman, Wookie Daddy, Spider, Banana Pants.
Right.
Like, what
Right.
does that
Yep.
mean?
Right. Ooh, and what? How did they do
It's
that?
a snake.
Right.
It eats mice. You
Yeah.
keep it
Exactly.
warm.
Exactly.
If you
Thank
think
you,
it's
Robert.
pretty, great.
See now, my ball python zombie, traditional coloration. He is he's very attached. Like I take when it's summer out and whatnot, I take
This
him
is
outside.
true.
I take him outside and we go out in the grass and I let him roam around, with me right there. He'll slither away about 3 feet. He comes right back to my feet and gets over my feet. I might walk away from him just to see if he'll follow me. He follows my feet around.
Aw.
So he's my little boy.
He's your little boy.
But I could see this guy being my little boy too.
Right. Jen says no
Lovely.
snakes for her. She'll stick with cats.
I mean, cats are great and all. Don't get me wrong. Fuzzy ones are fine.
No, they pee on your floor.
Scurvy says her
Don't talk about your wife
corn.
that way.
She does
Scurvy
too,
says
yes.
her corn snake loves his hoodie.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll bring him up on the screen, Chris Chafin says.
I tried that, but he was getting
Well, just
blasted.
get really close.
Really close?
Yeah.
Tell me
Get
if it
really
works.
close.
Chris is one of our regular volunteers. So,
Oh, okay.
Chris, if you remember what the hell kind of morph lightning is,
Yeah, let
help
us
me
know.
out. 'Cause I don't
What's up,
remember.
baby? Can you
Chris
see
is
him
actually
good?
one of our regular volunteers, part of the rescue, and he knows all of those Wookiee Daddy Batman names for
I
things.
get
so
you on that one.
it's a running joke. Like I send him a picture, like, "What is this?" And he starts spewing out these words. I'm like, "It's a snake."
Yes.
Right.
It's a ball.
Good job. I knew it. I was on point.
Hi, Rotten.
Hey, Rotten. How you doing? Long time no hear, guys.
Chris says he taught you about the Wookiee Daddy. And then Becker says your guest is gorgeous.
Oh.
Well, yeah, she is.
Right?
Think I'm gonna have ugly chicks on my show? Hell no.
I had to clean up at some point, man.
And of course, William. Well, duh, Baron, your balls are supposed to be attached.
Yep. Don't look at my ball.
Right. Hi, Jackal.
Hey, Jackal.
And Chris says thinks he's a pastel Mojave or
Pastel
super
Mojave.
pastel Mojave.
Super pastel Mojave. That sounds
Right.
fancy.
Thanks, Chris. I appreciate you.
You the man.
Right.
So at any given time, like I know right now you guys are like jacked with, well, let's talk about that. You guys are jacked with a lot of reptiles right now.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what you're going through right now.
So, right now, actually, my husband Jeff, who I run things with, he did a count earlier today. We are at 82 rescue animals in our facility at the moment.
82.
Wow.
80, like normally it's like 50, maybe 60. We're 80 plus right now, which fucking sucks. Not that I don't love them, like love the creatures, but if we could not quite so many, that would be swell.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
You know,
Huge.
to have
Yeah.
that many, and you have to go daily and do upkeep.
Well, let me interject really quick before you finish off that, because on here we do have somewhere on the screen, you can go to their website that's in the comments somewhere on there.
Well, at the beginning, but I'll
Yeah,
repaste
you
it
can go
again.
into their website. They have a, what do you call it, donation page?
Yeah, just a general support us,
Yeah,
'cause-
you can go there and you can support them however you can. If you can't, so be it. Tough times right now, but if you can, any little bit helps because they are doing a remarkable, remarkable job. So we'll talk more about that later as well. So go ahead and finish what you were talking.
So in the past year, we did about 210 adoptions. So that was last year. We've been upping our numbers every year. But what the biggest trend and problem that we're seeing right now is those COVID breeding projects. So
Right.
think back 3-4 years, all of a sudden you had an extra couple $600, $1,200 sent to your bank account, and
Yep.
you're like, well, I could get a couple ball pythons. And you see these really beautiful snakes that are selling for $400 or $500 a piece, and you're like, well, if I get a $400 snake and a $400 snake, then I can make a bunch of $400 snakes.
Right.
That logic doesn't work out so well
Right.
when that's a 4-year investment down the road.
Right.
And by the time, if your animals are breeding and they actually reproduce, they might only be worth $50
Right.
if you get any to hatch out. It's not the greatest investment. It's fine for funsies,
Right.
sure, but life happens, life changes,
Yes.
and what we've had a lot of over the last year is those COVID breeding projects that people just need to say, tap out, I'm done.
Yeah, they had to
So-
go back to work. They weren't getting that COVID money.
I mean, they've
And-
had kids, they've
Yep.
had to move, they've been evicted, or life
Life happens.
And so we've had a series of surrenders where it's not just, well, this one bearded dragon that my son isn't interested in anymore.
Right.
It's, here are 7 geckos,
Oh.
here are 10 lizards, here's, in this case, most recently, here's 20 plus odd ball pythons. We're like,
All at once.
which we was a whole freaking story.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've had a lot of really large intakes. Last year we had 32 animals dropped off in the last 7 days of the year.
Wow.
Between like Christmas and New Year's, we had
Yeah.
over 30 critters come in. Like
Yeah.
that, what the hell, guys? So we made it work. We're
Yeah.
putting it together, and thankfully when that, especially those ball pythons all came in, I don't like asking for help and asking for funds and asking for stuff,
gotta.
but we got railroaded
Yes.
hard on that one.
Yes.
So we put some pleas out. I have never had so many paper towels delivered to my house and been so ecstatic about it, making me feel like an old person. Be like, paper towels,
Yes!
yay! But I mean, it's that shit that you use every single day.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
So paper towels and bedding, like those are the 2 things that we needed the most, and we had
Yep.
a bunch of it show up, and it was very affirming. Like, all right, we are doing good things here. We're trying our best,
Yep.
and people want to help us succeed. So
Right.
that's what
And that's
we're working
wonderful.
on.
That's wonderful. What is, I think I already know the answer to this because you pretty much said it already. What is the most surrendered animal?
Thanks, Rotten.
Ball pythons and leopard geckos.
Oh, and leopard geckos.
Yep,
Okay.
your typical Petco specials.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, some of them are fancy, some of them aren't.
Right.
But I think with especially the ones that they get at the big box stores, you see a little leopard gecko. Oh, it's cute. It's
Oh, so
little.
cute.
It's near the hamsters. Maybe you think like this is a 2 to 3 year thing.
Right.
Which, I mean, you can suck it up for 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like it that much, your kid loves it. 2 to 3 years later, you're fine.
Right.
But those guys will, like leopard geckos, will live into their mid-teens easily
Oh,
if you're
really?
taking care of them. So it's not a 3-year hamster commitment.
Yeah.
This is they're taking it with them to college or so you
Yeah.
hope,
Right.
sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
we do have a lot of leopard geckos that come through. We've got a lot of ball pythons that come through. Same
And
thing.
you have one here.
Yeah, I've got pickles here.
Pickles.
And thanks, Jacko and Brody, for the stars.
Now back when we were talking off camera before we started that years ago, about 25 years ago, we had our own pet rescue as well.
Feisty.
Little squiggly.
You know what the biggest intake of animals that we had back then? And I was going to ask you if you get these anymore. Iguanas.
Fuck iguanas.
Yeah. Do you get any? I mean, are they out there
refuse.
anymore?
I refuse. They still exist.
Okay.
I promise they still exist.
Yeah, because I haven't seen any in
But-
the pet stores or anything.
No, but thankfully the local pet stores don't sell them.
Good.
There was a string of like the traveling circuses.
Right.
Like county fairs, instead of giving out goldfish, they were giving out iguanas, which
Oh,
was a
yeah.
terrible fucking idea.
Yep. Horrible idea.
But
Okay.
no, we don't work with iguanas. We don't work with water turtles. We don't work with crocodiles.
Yeah, water turtles are tough.
They're just. Yes, there is a place for somebody that it would be great for somebody to take those in.
Right.
There's absolutely a need for it.
Yeah.
We can't be those people.
Yeah.
We got it. We've picked our lane. We know what we're good at.
Yep.
I can get 10 ball pythons or bearded dragons in and find homes for them.
Yeah.
I probably get 3 to 5 surrender requests for water turtles every week or more.
Right.
In the last 10 years, I've had 3 people ask to adopt a water turtle. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
That's
it's-
it. So 3 out of thousands.
No.
It just can't do it.
No.
Just can't do it. I'm sorry. Sorry to the world.
We
Right.
had, when we had
Not
our
doing it.
rescue, how many iguanas did we have at that one time?
20.
We had 20 of them.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Our back room was,
And how many of them were hateful little shits that tail whipped the crap
Oh,
out of you?
oh, my arms were scratched to hell, tail whipped. Now, several of them were pretty cool. I really
They're-
enjoyed, you know.
I always tell people iguanas are kind of like feral cats.
Yeah.
You might have that one that is secretly nice on
Yeah.
the inside, or you can tame it with time and patience, or it can still just want to beat the shit out of you
Right.
for the rest of its life.
Yep.
I'm gonna
Not
need you
worth
to
it.
quit doing that. Okay?
As you notice,
If
I'm
you end
keeping
up
Lightning
jumping, we're gonna be
away
in trouble.
from the lizard. We don't want to have a little accident, so he's just kind of chilling this way.
Well, pickles is super cute.
What's your favorite reptile?
I like the tortoises. I
Yeah.
can't help it. They're my
I
favorite. I
love
shouldn't
them.
have favorites, but I like the tortoises.
I-
They're more interactive.
They are.
They're like really slow puppies,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
like guinea pigs that you have to keep warm.
Yep. Yeah.
They're fun.
Yeah, they are. We just love Sprout. You know, she's just doing her thing. I think she really misses the freedom that she had when it was warm out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because right now she, for the most part, stays in the enclosure. Every now and then I let her run around the floor in the house, but
And that's the harder thing with
Yeah.
hard thing with the bigger tortoises.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, during the summer they're out in the yard and they're
Yes.
scooting around, and that's great. But as soon as it's cold out, like, they're the size of a basketball.
Yeah.
You got to keep them safe in a contained, safe
Yep.
space,
Yep.
and it's not the same.
Yeah. Wow. So, little interaction here. What do you
Well,
guys?
Sean, well, you won't let me
okay,
catch
go
up.
ahead. We're gonna let Cindy catch up.
Because I'm not trying to ignore you, but
I'm
we're
gonna
letting
put
her
it-
get all her good stuff out so we know what's going on.
Talking about my boobs there.
Oh, letting good stuff out.
Come on.
Look, she's
She's letting her
really
boobs out?
slow on that one.
Stay tuned,
like,
guys.
This
She's
is
letting
this
her
is
boobs
our
out.
show.
Right. No,
Why am I
you're
the only?
good. Hey, it works for me.
Whatever.
Right?
All right, catch up.
Well, there's not a lot, because they were talking amongst themselves ish. But Sean David says, "Hey, let Sarabina know Ash ditzel boo," and I say, "Hello."
Oh,
Saving Scales replied, "Apollo." I don't know what that meant.
Okay.
Well, it's from your page, so
We have our big Burmese python Apollo,
oh,
who's lovely, but he's just, I mean, he's getting bigger. So it's one of those, like, do you want everything in your shop knocked down by this
Yeah.
10-foot snake?
we had one.
yeah.
I mean, he's lovely, don't get me wrong, but if
Yeah.
you're like trying to have a conversation, you're like, get out from like
right.
vents and
Everywhere.
shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work. I wouldn't, you know, like in the shelter we had them, but we also had we had a personal one. It was a red-tailed boa. She was what, 8 feet, thereabouts. She was really sweet. She was super sweet.
No, the one that was the huge one we had was albino.
Yeah, but that wasn't our personal one though.
No.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Our personal one was a red-tailed boa.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
it was. Trust me.
Big ass snake.
Big ass snake.
I just remember
Yeah.
licorice.
No, not that one. That was our corn snake. She just died. Our it was a Mexican black king snake.
I love.
She passed
MBKs are
away
great.
at 28 years old.
No, because Chase is 28 now. She passed away probably 2 years ago.
26.
Still, that's a hell of a good run.
Yeah, it is.
I love the MBKs. We have a couple. One of them, we have 2 of our own. One of them we use for a lot of education programs.
Right.
His name's Dante. He's great. So, like when we go out and do events, it's nice to have something that people can take pictures with and
Yeah.
play past the snake with. And he's such a cute little goth snake. It's great.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody loves him.
Yep.
His girlfriend Morticia is a twat waffle though. So like they're this shiny black goth snakes, but they're right next to each other. And I always have to double check, like, okay, which one is Dante? Which one's Morticia? Because one of them is going to come out swinging and bite the crap out of me.
Oh,
and the
yeah.
other one is
Not so
very
much.
pleasant.
Oh, jeez.
And I can't tell them apart.
Yeah, I have to put a
Right, so
little,
you're like, and which one do we go for?
yeah.
It's like,
It's like
change.
roulette.
Live dangerously, live on the edge.
Well,
So
Sean
what's
says a 10-foot needs its own entire room as an enclosure.
Damn
pretty
straight.
much?
Damn, yeah.
We had a couple walk-in enclosures that were donated to us, thankfully, for
Yeah.
the iguanas, the bigger iguanas. Holy crap!
Yeah.
Whew.
We just had to do a really big build a couple months ago. We got some grant funds in, which was awesome,
Nice.
and the MSU Zoology fraternity,
Oh,
they came out and helped me build this giant, like 8x3x8 enclosure. So like the torts are at the bottom, and then I've got layers for the Burmese and the big
Right.
boas. So we actually have some larger enclosures now, which is great.
awesome.
Building it was obscene,
Right.
but do what you gotta do.
Yep.
When they said like, oh yeah, we're gonna bring some of the frat people over, I'm thinking like,
oh no.
okay, we can do this. I had all of them by at least 100 pounds and 5 inches. So I'm like, okay, we're running a shop class now. All
Right.
right. They all, by the end of the night, knew how to use a caulk gun and knew how to make the drill go forward and backward. All the important skills in
Right.
life.
Right.
And it was built and it was lovely.
Probably better education there than they'll get at the college.
I mean, you don't need to know how the inside of an animal cell works,
Right.
but knowing how to work a drill is pretty important.
It's
Yeah.
pretty important. It's pretty important.
Life skills.
What's everybody's what if you guys got reptiles or something? Shout out what you got. Let us know.
What
We
What's
want-
the coolest thing out there?
Yeah. What do you guys got?
My bearded.
Beardy.
My beardy baby.
Beardy.
Yeah, I've always wanted one. It was funny because out of all the reptiles that we ever got, we never got a bearded.
No. Yeah, back in the
Yeah.
day, yeah, it wasn't
Crazy.
a popular thing. I mean, now they're very popular, but everybody had iguanas. They'd get them, like you said, at the fair or, cheap at the pet store. They're small and they're oh so cute.
Oh yeah.
But the lighting requirements, the heat requirements, their diet
Yeah.
is so intricate and
And
expansive.
it's hard with the beardies too. It's frustrating sometimes when they're marketed as like great first time pets or great beginner pets. I'm like, yeah, on one side, if I have to hand a 4-year-old a lizard,
Yeah.
sure, it'll be a
Be a
beardie,
beardie.
it'll just sit on their shoulder and that's great. But like you were saying, the heat, the special
Yeah.
lights, the diet, they have bugs and they have veggies and they need the bugs 3 times a week. So who's driving to the store 3 times a week unless you want to have a big tub of cockroaches in your
Right.
bathroom?
Yeah, that's
Who
always
wants
fun.
that?
Right.
That's always fun.
So there's just a lot more going on to it. So that's part of the reason why when we do our adoptions, we have an application, we require proof of suitable enclosure, and just make sure that people understand what they're getting into.
Yeah.
It's not just the first person who shows up with $20 in a shoebox.
Right.
We make sure that they understand what that commitment's going to be. And plenty of times people are like, oh wait, time out, never mind.
Yeah, this is gonna be
that
work.
doesn't sound like fun anymore. Like,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
But no
Weed
harm, no
out the
foul.
people.
I understand.
Yep.
By all means, say thanks, no thanks. I
Yeah.
would much rather somebody come to that conclusion on their own
Yeah.
than circle back around 6 months later and
Yeah,
be like,
it's
what
like,
the
no,
hell did
no,
I get
no.
myself into?
Right.
And
Well,
you know,
Sean David said dealt with a 12-foot python. He had a 15 by 15-foot room entirely to itself. Was
Yeah.
such a baby till he got accidentally electrocuted.
Oh.
And then got very nasty.
Yeah.
I could imagine. I would
Yeah.
too. I'd be pretty ornery.
Eric says they have 3 axolotls, not a reptile, but it seems
I mean, amphibians work too.
right worthy of the conversation, and of course Noodle.
Oh, yeah, Eric.
We do have one axolotl in rescue right now. We
Really?
have- Yep.
You hear that, Eric and
We
Janice?
have one.
They
Yeah.
have
Like a
one.
little leucistic boys, about a year old.
Oh, yeah, Eric and Janice.
We have all the things. All
Yep.
the things.
All the things. We got them all.
Just not iguanas.
You're probably going to get a call from Eric and Janice.
Janice says, I have an exotic calico that yells at me all the time.
Fair enough. I mean, I've got got tortoises that like scream hump each other, so it's
Oh.
it's kind of the same.
No.
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine.
I gotta ask you this. Sprout, when you had
Anna
her.
says they'll take it.
Oh, yep, there you go.
call.
I knew it. Was she notorious for climbing up the walls and tipping over?
Yes.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
she drives me nuts. My son, because my son's home most of the day because he works nights. He'll be sitting there playing his video games or watching TV, and he'll hear thump. He's like, oh
And then he
shit,
texts.
not again.
Yep.
He
Your
texts
tortoise
us.
tipped herself over again.
She constantly was escaping, and what
Yeah.
she would do, like the sides of our tortoise enclosure are probably like that high.
Right.
She can't get over it on her own, but she would use the other tortoises that were in there
Oh,
as leverage. So she would constantly climb on their back and escape. And sometimes when she fell out of the enclosure, she landed on her feet. And sometimes she
Sometimes,
didn't.
yeah.
So there were times we'd come out there. I'm like, Sprout's just like on her back, like because you tried to escape. I'm like,
Yeah,
dude.
When
she,
you think
do
you've
it.
learned.
she
right?
drives me
No.
nuts. Drives me nuts.
She's
Anna
I said
also
she was
said-
adventurous.
She
Do
is.
you have any hog noses?
No on rescue side. I have our own. That I like.
Can't
them.
have that one.
It's mine. But,
They've been looking for one.
we had one come through a couple months ago. They're not too common. They're still specialty enough
Right,
that people
yeah.
who spent the big bucks to get them aren't
Let 'em
dropping
go.
them off anywhere anytime soon.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Sean David goes, have you taken in any rattlesnakes and relocated them?
Oh.
We don't do venomous anymore. We did venomous of our own many, many years ago, pre-children. But now if somebody needs help with one of the hot snakes, so venomous are also AKA hots.
Yep.
If we have anybody that says, hey, I need to put this somewhere else, we do a direct placement.
Okay,
we have
so-
a few people that we trust that are well referenced, that know what they're doing,
Yep.
that will direct transfer it. But with our little heathen children running
Oh,
around,
yeah.
it's just
No.
it's not worth that whole death
No,
risk.
it's not. It's
Right.
not worth that.
Oh, and especially because they can escape as well.
Yeah.
Just like any other.
Yeah, it's one thing for a leopard gecko to get loose and like scurry around until you find them.
Yeah.
You don't really want that with a bush viper.
Right. Oh
Right.
God.
It's
No.
a different conversation.
Yeah.
Right. Do you want to take Pickles up to the camera and let them
Yes,
see
I
her
can try.
closer? I was going to say, me, I'm kind of stuck
And
between
I'm
you
not.
guys.
I'm
Can
still. I'm still dealing with. Oh.
Is
stop
this-
myself.
Yep, perfect.
So this is Pickles. Pickles is a fantastic leopard gecko. He's giant. I mean, he should not typically be this large. So you can tell how well fed he is by the junk in the trunk down here. He is very food motivated all the time. But just like if I have too many double cheeseburgers, it goes to my ass. He has too many bug snacks, it goes to his
His
big old
ass.
gummy worm.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He has big booty as well.
Yeah, he does.
But he is hilarious, and he always has these really bright eyes, and is just checking everything out. So
Awesome.
he's about 4
And
years
I
old.
think he's cool
4 years old?
because I'm so used to like Loco over here and picking him up, and he's all spiky and everything, and he's like silky smooth.
Oh yeah.
Their tummies are really soft
Yes,
too.
it's like satin. Well, that's like
Oh yeah.
crawling all over me, you know.
They don't have the claws. I mean, they have like essentially fingernails. That's about it. Oh, yeah, he's lovely.
Yeah, see, now I'm falling in love with that too. Nope, not doing it. Can't do it.
I mean, you can though. That's the thing. I mean, in case you haven't noticed, I'm a terrible enabler.
Yeah, you are. You might as well just give us all kinds of cages too, because I don't
You
got
haven't
enough.
seen my pole barn.
No, I have not. Because
It's
that's
full
where I got
of
hurt.
stuff. Full of stuff.
Well, yeah, that's what Sprout's cage came from you guys.
Yep.
Her enclosure.
So did Locos at home.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, locos.
So when people are surrendering animals to us, we tend to encourage them to bring the supplies with them.
Yeah.
Not necessarily because I need it, but because it helps that rehoming
Yep.
option, and then also it keeps them from remaking the same bad decision over again.
Right.
Of like, hey, I had this ball python, it outgrew its tank, I couldn't afford to upgrade its enclosure. Can you
Right.
take it? Oh wait, now I have an empty tank. Let me put fish in it. Let me put
Yeah.
a gecko in it. Let me put something else in there, and then restarting that cycle over again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we try to get the enclosures and everything with it. We pass that on to adopters when we do our events, because when we are at these events and doing those on-site adoptions, I mean, no one's really walking around with a picture of a tank in their pocket. Like,
Right.
hey, look at my enclosure. It's ready to go. Like,
Right.
that's
Yeah.
Yep, they don't.
unrealistic.
Right.
So we bring starter packages with us to all those events. So, I mean, it's not all the bells and whistles, but it's enough to know that if somebody's being a little impulsive,
Right.
they have enough to land safely.
Yeah, okay. Good.
Right, and so I don't know if you said it earlier, if someone gets one from you, do you take them back if they decide they
Always.
cannot?
Yep, that is part of our adoption policy. Is for whatever reason, if it's not working out, we are committed to that long-term positive placement of the animal.
Yeah.
So for whatever reason, if it's not working out, we'll always take them back. I mean, depending on what it is, it might take us a week to figure out logistics, but we will always take them back in,
Right.
and we're committed to that long-term placement.
That's awesome.
Which, for the most part, the only ones we've gotten back have a handful of tortoises, which, frankly, I mean, they live forever.
They do that, and I think that's what, once people have them, they realize that, like, holy shit, what am I
Which
going
is
to do
why
with
I
this
keep
one?
telling him to quit getting them.
Well, we got
'Cause he's
sons.
not getting any younger.
We have sons that'll take them
Yeah.
over.
Don't get me wrong, I love Sprout.
No, they're great.
I'm
It's
the one
just-
that puts her bowl in there every morning. and
Like I said,
pets
I mean,
around
it's one thing
behind
like with
bed.
a hamster. Like, okay, it's 3 years. Even if you don't like it that much, you can suck it up and you can deal with
Yeah.
it. Or your dog or your cat that has like an emotional attachment to you. You can get all uppity and pissy about it's a forever pet on those. It's a tortoise. It's going to outlive you.
Yes.
They'll live somewhere between 0 and 1,000,000.
Yeah.
They don't wear out on their own.
Yep.
If you can give them a really good 5 years, 7 years, like, and really appreciate them and enjoy them, it's so much better for them to find that next great home than it
Yeah.
is to have your own feelings of inadequacy by like, I can't surrender an animal, so I'm going to leave it in my basement for the next
Right.
25 years.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
that
Right, and
sucks
don't
for
pay
them.
any-
It sucks
yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
find that next
Find it.
find
yep.
that next great home.
Well, that's why I said I felt guilty for just leaving her for the the 2 weeks he was down because I had so much stuff going on.
Yeah, she couldn't bring her to the
I
shop.
couldn't bring her, and I wasn't
Yeah.
taking her out, and she was probably all or he. Now that we kind of figured that out,
He's got boy bits.
he's got boy
Boy
bits. Okay, well, Sean David says yes, venomous are not to be taken lightly. Have
Nope.
had my share of encounters with them.
Yep.
Saving Scale says too much stuff. That we're probably going back to when I said I didn't have a meat a cage.
Oh yeah, Jeff likes to say that I hoard things.
Right.
He's just
And-
pissed that my barn's bigger than his barn. So,
So
Whatever,
there's
it's
that,
fine.
size.
And
Yeah.
your husband's name is Jeff?
yeah.
We may have a new home, Jeff, for this guy.
Of course.
I'm becoming quite attached.
Robert says warning sign, well guarded. I would have 20 alligators running free in the yard. Keeps out everything.
See, I love alligators, but I would never, ever
As a
have
pet,
one in
yeah.
captivity.
I'll be honest, I have not worked with them personally, and I have zero intention to.
Yeah.
I mean, there's pretty much no good way to do it, especially for your average pet
Nope.
owner.
Yep.
It's so hard. It would be so impossibly hard to do that right. There's
Yeah.
a really good alligator sanctuary out in Athens, outside of Battle Creek. So whenever we have somebody that reaches out to us, we always send them over there,
Send there,
and they do a sanctuary.
Yeah.
They
Which
stay
kills
there.
me because Michigan really doesn't have the temperatures
Well,
really.
yeah,
for
it's
them.
not, there's
No,
nothing-
they do this whole like the heated shipping
type
containers and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
they do overwinter them and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I mean they've got a system. I love that for them. Not my cup of tea.
No.
Right.
And it's just
He
a-
says take him. Listen,
it's gonna happen.
do you know how many I have already?
One. We got one ball snake,
And
a lizard.
a lizard.
Rookie
and
fish.
a sprout.
Rookie
And-
numbers.
Right.
Just
Exactly.
saying.
Rookie numbers.
How many do you have actually
That's
in
like-
your house?
Oh, shit. Don't
In my
challenge
house. Actually,
Yeah.
we
At
they're
her
actually
house.
not in the house.
her. Oh, really?
So we have like a separate outbuilding facility
Okay.
Right.
for the reptiles.
In your house.
In my house, there are 2 ball pythons on mite quarantine,
Okay.
3 axolotls because the house is cooler and they need the cold temperatures. The cats that go in and out, and our 3 dogs
Okay.
and heathen children.
Well, yeah.
So honestly, like in the house isn't that bad.
right.
Reptile house is a completely different
that's
conversation.
whole different.
Because that's
conversation.
all. That's where they're supposed to be for you
so
to do.
I think out in our facility, there's like 150, 160 at any given right now.
Right.
Normally it's like closer to 110, but those fucking ball pythons.
Yeah.
Yes, we know how many you have, because that's what we were discussing right before you came in.
Yeah, that's crazy. So where else you going to be at locally? Any events coming up?
Well, we're gonna be at your guys' Mardi Gras
Mardi Gras, you'll be
shenanigan
here?
in a couple weeks.
Yep. That'll
So
be
that'll
fun.
be fun.
You'll love that. That's
Okay.
a fun environment.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll probably put
How
you
much-
right here,
Okay. How much? What should I bring? What you want me to bring out?
whatever you
What
want.
you got? I mean, some balls.
We have all the things.
the cute little lizards that the
Okay.
lizards like that.
Okay.
And I don't know if Janice truly means she wants the axolotl, because,
Oh, she wants that axolotl.
Okay.
Yeah.
so,
He's cute.
Yeah.
He's lovely.
Can you travel with them? I mean, how's
I
that?
mean, I wouldn't like put one in my purse, but
I mean, to the show. I mean, is
Janice.
is it practical to bring to a show?
If I knew somebody was going to be there to pick it up, it would be fine.
Okay.
All right.
So
I
let
would
us know,
not do
Janice.
it just for funsies.
well, she
Okay.
just yelled axolotl, so is that a yes? Because she's gonna bring it if you want it on the 10th.
Shoot us a message on the Facebook page. I'll send you some pictures.
Chris says
It's
Mardi
great.
Gras question mark,
It's gonna be a party, man.
and then says bring Apollo.
We can bring Apollo.
Ooh.
Everyone loves Apollo.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I can
He's
imagine.
like our.
I mean, that would fit right in with the Mardi Gras theme.
Yeah.
He
Really
is.
would.
I am absolutely like aging myself now because the kids are looking at me like I'm fucking nuts. When I was like, it's the Britney Spears snake, and they're like, huh?
Oh my
What's
God.
that?
Sean David says bring snakes. I'll be there, but unfortunately I can't have one at this time, or can't.
Baron's got a snake to play with.
Unfortunately, can't
Wink,
have
wink.
one.
Yeah, I
Oh.
got snakes.
But he can give it cuts.
Okay, fair enough.
So
Well,
yeah.
let's see. I can do a couple snakes, a couple geckos, probably a beardy.
Yeah, definitely a beardy.
I don't know.
An axolotl.
Axolotl.
Now you said you have more than one
I
Or
have
just
two of
one?
my
of your own.
two of our own.
Okay.
'Cause as much as I don't like water chemistry or things that live in water,
Right.
anti-water, of course,
Yeah.
of all of the animals that we already have, I was that sucker when my daughter was like, I want my own pet. Like, okay, what do you want? Then you're like, okay, maybe a rabbit, maybe a snake.
Right.
I
She
can
wants
do
an
that.
axolotl.
She wanted an axolotl. Like, son of a bitch.
Well, you learned something new. out of
Learn
it.
something new.
Janice says, how big is it? Theirs are about 8 to 9.
Can I make a penis joke?
Yes.
You can do whatever you want. I'm not gonna stop you.
Yeah, he's probably a solid 6 inches. You didn't.
So is it gonna be all right with her 8 to 9?
It is a male for what it's worth.
Male?
And you might. I mean, the problem with the axolotls co-housing is that whole like cannibalism thing.
Oh no.
What
They do that?
They do that.
Oh geez.
But they're really cool and like they regenerate their limbs and stuff.
Yeah.
Because we have the two axolotls of our own. The male, instead of wanting to fornicate with his lovely, lovely girlfriend, he just likes chewing off body
Nice.
parts. So she's had to regrow her legs a few times, the end of her tail, half of her
Wow.
gills. So they are separated. There is a separation on them now.
Oh okay.
But he's a dick.
Okay, who's on the other end of your savings scheme?
It's probably Jeff.
Okay, probably. Because he's like, hey, hey, hey. He says that's perfectly average size.
I mean, you.
She's speechless.
You stumped
Jeff.
her. That's a good one.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to convince Jeff that if he really wants to be a good fundraiser, we should just set up an OnlyFans for him.
Oh.
And just him and his big ass snake, and they'll
Yeah.
have actual snakes there too.
Sure.
I mean, I think it would work.
That would draw
he could
some
take
money.
one
There
for
you
the
go.
team.
Yeah,
Right.
take one for the
Fine.
team. Come on. For the critters. Come on.
This one wouldn't be anywhere brave enough.
I'm kind of a shrew.
He is.
Yeah, I'm kind of a shrewd. Is that the word for it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause she'll say things and I'm like,
He will. When I first met him, it was funny because he would be out and I would just randomly be talking about something and say penis, and he'd be like,
oh,
Why would you say that?
Why would you say that in public?
And I'm like, what? You know? So
Yeah.
I've been mean all the time. He's kind of prudish.
Aww.
Yeah.
Only snakes, he said.
Oh, say that'll be fine.
Only snakes.
No, Jeff said deal if you're Jeff.
Yeah.
And then
Better
Sean
be
David said only snakes.
Yeah,
Instead
only
of
families,
like
only
only
snakes.
I mean, do what you gotta do. But
what you gotta do to
our
make that
electric
money.
bill is obscene.
I can imagine.
Like that's where like all of our adoption donations, all of the financial donations that come in, it goes to rodent orders because there's no such thing as a vegan snake. You do have to buy the mouse popsicles
Right.
thing, and our ridiculous electric bill.
Yeah, I
I
can
think last
imagine.
year our
Oh.
February electric bill was somewhere around $800 or $900.
Oh.
Wow.
And that's separate because we have like the facility is
Yeah.
separate, has a separate meter than the house,
the
so we know
house.
exactly like how much those
Wow.
reptiles that building is costing us because we heat the whole space to about 85 degrees during
Yeah.
the day. The ones that need the special basking lamps and stuff have those, but
Right.
we heat that small space to temperature for all of them, and during
That's
the
a
winter
lot.
that sucks.
But
Well,
I wonder
so-
if
Sucks a lot.
it's cheaper that way than if you did have, the big old heat lamps and all that
Yeah.
electricity that
I
you're
mean, we
pulling out.
did some upgrades over the last year with some extra ceiling fans to help keep the air moving. So we have like the tower electric heaters
Yeah.
spaced out. My goal for 2024, as funding or grants allow, is to redo the heating and the flooring for it.
Yeah.
So keep making it more efficient because that's the one thing I can't make our own electricity.
Yeah.
I can grow the vegetables, I can raise the bugs, we can
Yeah.
have
Unless you
raise our own
spend
food.
thousands for, a big old solar powered
Yeah,
Windmill.
generator, because you would need.
we need a lot.
Yeah.
So that's.
So even more reason,
Janice
guys.
says the Baron loves peens now. He got
No, he doesn't.
desensitized.
No, he doesn't. The Baron does not like peas.
She doesn't know. She didn't know about all that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's code for penis.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the Baron does not like peas.
No,
Trust
well, there's
me.
a whole thing. With
Yeah.
it. I'll explain after the
If you
show.
go into our shop, it's full of little hidden peens that Janice, the axolotl noodle mom, makes 3D prints and she hides them all over my
Well,
shop.
she also makes candles.
Candles but they sell. People love buying wieners.
Wieners are funny, man. Have you ever
They
seen
are.
one?
No.
Goofy.
No. I don't like wieners. So, all right, guys. We said at the beginning of the show, there's a link in the comments somewhere where you can reach their website. They've got a donation page. If you can donate, donate. If you can't, so be it. But it's there if you can help out. They will be back with us in a couple weeks for the Mardi Gras Comes to Rio Town event. They'll actually be right here on this studio section. So you'll be
Is
like
it all
right
mine?
here.
How many
All
tables?
yours.
are-
Yeah.
Right here.
Okay.
All this right here.
Okay.
Yep. All this.
I
spot
love
here.
it because it's close enough to where we are that we can pack up some stuff. It's not a long
Yeah.
haul.
Yeah.
When we're doing events out in like Port Huron, it's a
Oh,
job.
yeah, that's a big job.
Yep.
Big job.
Sean David said he's seen you hold Sin's peen.
Nope, never held Sin's peen. Nope.
Yeah,
Sin
she's
Mile.
like, I don't know what all these.
Also,
names are.
at our event out in Awaken, Sin
Sin
Mile bought one of
got-
the
yeah,
a spider.
No,
Did
a
you buy the
snake.
tarantula
He
or
got
spider?
a snake. He
Snake.
picked up Zane,
Yes.
which they are two of a kind.
Yes.
Yes.
They are definitely two of a kind. Sin is something else.
Mm-hmm.
Are you watching Sin?
No, I haven't
No,
seen him
haven't
pop
seen
in.
But what's coming up? It's probably getting close to our hour, right?
You got 10 minutes.
Yeah, I can tell because my face is starting to hurt. Once you get to an hour,
Such a whiny baby. I
this
know.
thing's gotta like come. It's like ah. Here, let me fix this back here. There we go. Maybe that'll help.
You're gonna be all right now.
No, my eyeballs are popping out. Upcoming shows. What we got? We got still a busy weekend ahead of us.
Oh, yeah.
Saturday night, right here. We've
So
got.
that means tomorrow we get nothing.
nothing's
We're
going
off
on tomorrow. Thankfully.
Except for here.
But Saturday we'll be doing hosting an investigating team coming here to investigate our building, the museum, which flooded. Our museum flooded.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't open today. We got like tons of water coming through the roof. So, but should be good to go for tomorrow.
The investigations are being done by What Goes Bump in the Night.
What Goes Bump in the Night, they will be here. I think they're from the Grand Rapids area. And then Sunday, we will be on a podcast. It's a Canadian podcast group called called The Paranormal Voice. So we have Sunday night, and I'll put the link on some of our social pages, and their YouTube page where it'll appear, I guess. But Paranormal Voice on Sunday, we'll be on that show.
Yep.
And then February 5th, yes, I
Well,
do have a
and
cheat
Monday,
sheet.
he's skipping over, because on Monday we'll have a documentary done as well.
Well, yeah, but I wasn't going to talk about that.
Oh, it is still a documentary?
Yes,
We don't
we-
have to say by who or
Okay.
or what.
Since she spilled the beans,
I did not, I'm just saying.
She
we don't
spilled the
No, I
beans.
did not. I said we were just having a documentary, don't.
she spilled the beans. I'm going to give you a little tidbit of what's going on.
I mean, I think he's going for it.
Yeah.
Doesn't-
On
You gave him an
Monday,
excuse.
earlier this week, we were approached by a production company, and they're very excited to do a pilot test of a TV show on the Baron and Cindy, Voodoos, and the museum. So they're coming Monday to do this video or this documentary. It's not really a documentary.
Well, I don't know, that's what they called it.
Yeah, but it's a test so they can sell it to the different networks. Or pitch it, not sell it to them, pitch it to them. So maybe you'll see us on TV on a regular basis on our own show. That'd be pretty cool. So that's Monday.
I don't know if I can handle you on TV.
Oh, the masses can handle me, trust me. It's just a wonderful thing. February 8th, now. Jason Voorhees, St. John's Jason, was supposed to be our first guest of
2024.
2024.
Yep.
But I almost died, so we had to cancel that or postpone it.
We're not dying.
I felt like I was
Take
dying.
it out of his butt first. Don't let it fester there.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah. Teach her right. But St. John's Jason will be here on our next Baron and Cindy show. So not next Thursday, but the following Thursday. St. John's Jason will be here.
Does he want a snake?
I don't know. Maybe.
Ask him for it.
well,
Maybe.
he'll be here. Oh, no, he won't be here. Will he be here?
When?
On the 10th, I don't know.
On Mardi Gras?
Yeah,
I'm
maybe.
surprised he hasn't chimed in. He's normally on the out there.
We have like some new people in our norms, and then
Okay.
some of our olds that aren't here. So I don't know.
And then February 10th, we're saving scales and Kate, and maybe you'll bring the hubby, make him go to work on the 10th.
Possibly.
Mardi Gras in Rio Town, and then that evening we have her brainchild, her baby, the Masquerade Ball, which is in our big ballroom back that way. So that gets us up to mid-February of what we're doing,
Yes.
where we're going to be at.
And if you've seen my post, if you're on my page a lot, then I have posted the entire year as of right now.
Oh, it'll change.
Because it changes all the time.
It'll change.
Oh, are we going to be invited to your upcoming events? Just like,
Oh, absolutely.
Are we on the guest list?
Oh, absolutely.
Which ones are you talking about?
Yeah,
All of them?
all of them.
Whatever ones.
All of
Come on,
them.
man.
You're welcome to whatever you want. I mean, we've been in your shoes, and we know what it takes to do what you're doing. And so anything that we can do to help and get the word out is
Yeah, we're all for it.
what we're
Wherever we can meet new cool people that have the right vibe, that aren't be like, oh my god, it's a snake. Let me.
Well, that's the interesting thing about our clientele and our friend group and our family group that we've acquired over the years here. Is this is their jam.
Exactly. That's
This
why we
is their
love
jam.
doing these events. It's
Yeah.
all the witchy woo woo stuff
Yes.
and the horror freaks.
Absolutely.
They're
They
our
love this.
people.
Yeah, we'll have you at all these events.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got Haunting in Rio Town. We got Nightmare off Elm Street. We've got, and that's a
Of course,
big one.
the Screamcraft Bazaar, which is our big
Screamcraft
one
Bazaar
out.
that you were at last
Leslie.
year, which is going to be better because
Krampus.
no admission fee this year.
Nice.
So that's just going to,
Yeah.
people can just come on in, no
Sure.
admission.
Yep.
So yeah, that's what we got. Anything else you want to finish up on or talk about on the critters? or-
It just, I mean, never be afraid to ask questions and learn about those alternative pet options. I mean, like I said, dogs and cats are great. Don't get
Yep.
me wrong. Have those too. They're lovely.
They
But
pee on my floor. Don't like them.
We do
What?
have two
She's
of them.
right here.
Listen, I don't pee on the floor. I mean,
yeah.
like, I'll just pee in his lap. I don't care.
Ew.
Right? I'm that mean.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
Sean David says, "Hells yeah, the dark side is the best side."
Yeah.
And no, we don't need help. Thanks for offering. We don't own this building, so Gene has it under the control with hopefully getting someone over here to fix it.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a contractor coming in to, it's a seam where the two buildings come together. There's a valley in the roof, and all that ice and snow we had
Keep going
all of a
with
sudden
air
melted.
or something.
So we had a waterfall in the museum.
I lasted about 10
Luckily, I
minutes
caught it
before
in
it
time,
did.
because if I did not catch it,
I tried.
and we weren't here for a couple of days, our
gets
entire
warm, it's
studio, our lobby, our shop, our neighbor's
So you don't
shop,
need
and the
anybody.
museum would have been flooded. So luckily we caught it. It was a lot of work though. So with that being said, I've got nothing else. Thanks everybody for coming out.
Oh, you're just gonna close it just
Thanks
like that?
Kate
Fine.
for coming
Right.
out and hanging out.
Are
No,
you
I'm
gonna-
just doing my closing. You guys
Are
can
you
do your
gonna-
own closing.
Am I gonna get my balls back?
Nope. He's staying on me right now.
Okay.
He
We got you
loves
nice and
me.
cupped in there and
Oh yeah, he's
secure.
Yep, we got 3 balls just hanging out.
Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna go digging for it. That's
Alright.
somebody else's job.
Right?
So
there you go.
thanks everybody for coming out. I'll leave it in Cindy's hands at this point, so I'm going to sit here and enjoy lightning. So
Well, if you want to say goodbye to everybody and that you will be here.
Well, thanks for tuning in and listening to me jabber and be kind of a bitch to these guys, but it's all in good fun.
yes, it is.
It's with endearment, and I hope you find those scaly critters kind of cool. And hit us up if something that we had sounded kind of interesting, or if you're checking out the website and we're like, oh my god, dude's the coolest snake, or Fluffy, or Uno and Dose the Bearded Dragons, whatever really like just strikes your fancy.
Oh,
Let us
absolutely.
know. We'll work with you on things and see if maybe that's going to be the next cool pet for you.
Nice.
Absolutely. And I just keep it simple. As always, creep it real.
Bye bye.
Or bye bye if I can figure out how to stop it. I'm always doing that, you know?